YouTube, it's Brian Phillips. We have this all new from FlyWing, the Bell 412. It looks absolutely phenomenal. And we're gonna fly it right now for you. These things are GPS heli drones, as I like to call them, which means, oh, and by the way, these props go on and off. We'll show you in the Unbox build radio setup, which is coming up at the end of this video. 4S, 3,000 milliamp hours. This will give us good run time, but we do have to wait for GPS lock. GPS lock is indicated through the top here. You're probably not going to be able to see it.
I wonder if I can see it from
You
back
can see it
here.
glow. But what
Oh,
we can,
yeah, I can.
You can?
Oh,
Awesome.
well, I can. It's purple right now.
It's purple? Okay,
Yep.
so it's still
There it
locking. So basically, we plugged it in right before we walked out the front, and we already have it locked onto our transmitter because it comes out of the box ready to go, with the exception of the 4 AA's that you have to put in the back. We did have to charge that battery. We did, full disclosure, use our smart charger, and there is also another charger that comes with it in the kit. That charger is charging another similar size, so we were able to charge at 9 amps instead of 3 amps, which is what they include. So we'll pause and come back when we get GPS lock. Okay, so the camera crew is watching this. Just so you know, this is how we start. We're in stop, normal, home, and then this is unused on this. Sliders are unused and these back buttons are unused, so don't worry about bumping them. You press both of these at the same time to turn on, and this is a touchscreen, okay? So you might have to be in GPS, I wonder.
There it goes. It just went to green. Here, let
Okay.
me show 'em.
So I'm in GPS, and do I need to go back to home to start? Nope, I'm gonna go to
Nope,
run.
you're good.
So we're gonna step back, and we'll just do this for safety reasons. We always do this on GPS heli drones. So we're in run, normal, GPS, and home. So once we do that, okay, do I need to go to home?
I think you got to do stick. I think you got to be in stop, sticks down and out, and then go to run.
Oh, okay, stops, sticks down and out,
Then
for
go
5.
to run.
then run. Yep,
There it goes.
that's correct. So we'll go to the side. Oh yes, look how beautiful that is. So this is FlyWing, so GPS heli drone here. Check it out, links in the video description below. Super Huey here, about ready to fly. Let it spool up. Point it into the wind, a little bit of up. I like to do it slow, just in case something's gonna go horribly wrong. Feels good so far. We'll just yaw the aircraft here while it's low on the ground, and then we'll just do a little bit of movement. Sounds really good, looks even better. And there it is, guys. So flown by GPS. So remember, when you fly these things, if you fly them like you stole it, there is no tail strike on this. So if you fly it and you stop, watch how aggressive it is. It's with the wind, okay? So I'm gonna turn it into the wind this time. Very low stick inputs right now. Man, that is a beautiful helicopter. See how aggressive it gets? See that?
Yep.
That thing will just do what it does. Okay, so let's come down here. Feeling pretty good, camera crew, we should be good. Okay, so now I'm gonna coordinate my turns. We're gonna just basically show this thing in all its true colors. What a beautiful set of colors, I might add. That thing is gorgeous. Right overhead. Oh, it sounds crazy.
Yeah, it does.
Gotta love it. Now, I gotta say, FlyWing does a phenomenal job with these helicopters. We've had really good luck with them. They look good, they're easy to fly, they do exactly what you want them to do, and they look amazing doing it. Check out the links for the Sterling kit. You can buy one, help support Brian Phillips RC. But I gotta say, one of the things I like best about these is that you don't need to be an expert heli pilot to have this expert-lookingly flown helicopter, okay? So, just flying away, absolutely beautiful. And here's the thing, I know a lot of us that fly airplanes, we come to the heli arena and we say, why is it so hard? That's because of the immediacy of the impact from the stick movement. And if you ever fly one of these FlyWings, you'll understand what I mean. They are very muted compared to what you might see on competitive offerings that are regular helicopters, like a pot and boom helicopter, like a sport helicopter, maybe something from Blade or something like an M2 or M3 or M4, M4 Max. There's a lot of good helis out there. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to a Fly 0. Now this is gonna go into a pattern for us, fully autonomous. That's why we call him a GPS heli drone. That thing is up there circling the landing pad, thinking about putting down, and it'll just sit there and do that. Now, if I go to 8, it might not start 8 right away. I'm gonna go to normal. I'm gonna fly up just a little bit. We go to a different spot just so you can see it working. Good cloud cover today for this, huh? Okay, now figure 8. Now it goes to an 8, it's gonna point the tail and fly in an 8 pattern, okay? This stick down does the thing. Now keep in mind, if you ever go to stop, it's gonna fall from the sky to the ground. But I like having a button that says stop on helicopters. Why, camera crew?
Because when you want it to stop, you want it to stop now.
Yep, and that's right, and that's why we like that. Okay, now coming out of figure 8 back to normal mode. Now I'm gonna just bring it back down to planet Earth here. Now keep in mind, guys, you can fly these things like you stole them and do all the 3D stuff you want, but I'm gonna just tell you this right now. Some of these helicopters I like too much to fly in those conditions because I don't wanna lose them. The wind is not bad. I wanna see a return to home function. You good with that? So right now I'm in GPS or home. Let's go home. Watch this, she's going home. Now, if something crazy goes, I'm gonna flip back down to GPS, cancel out the landing. Camera crew, let's go back to way by the door, just so people can see it develop. Look at that, guys. Pointing in the same direction, and it's gonna land exactly in that same position. This is why I love these helicopters, because you don't have to be expert to do it. When I was a kid, I would have literally killed for something like this, literally killed for it. So it's a good thing they didn't have it when I was a kid. But look at this thing, that is absolutely gorgeous. No skill required beyond what you already have from watching a video like ours, guys. I'm dead serious, and I won't tell you that on a whim. You know why? Because we help people get out of the chair and into the air on Brian Phillips RC. Okay, now it's stopped, it's at home, it's happy, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let you guys linger on that and just understand how much you love this, and then we're gonna come right back. We might try to fly over the water just for a few seconds, and then we'll show you that. All right, so if you wanna support Brian Phillips RC, check out the links, buy these awesome helicopters from FlyWing. Links in the video description below. If you wanna see other FlyWing helicopters or other helicopters we reviewed in the past, check out brianphillipsrc.com or bprc.me, and you can see our full suite of all the different helicopters we've done, or airplanes, or whatever it is you're looking for, VTOL. It's all organized by type or by the brand or affiliate we worked with to partner up on a particular product. This one comes from Sterling Kit. They've been taking care of people. They've been taking care of us in a special way. We'll tell you more about that coming up soon, a technical way. And you guys will appreciate this if you've spent the kind of coin it takes to get one of these, okay? But we can't talk about it yet because it's not complete. That being said, if you want to help us in other ways, we have Patreon for monthly support, YouTube Super Thanks for one-time donations, YouTube members for monthly support, and then of course PayPal if you want to support us with one-time donations and you don't want to be part of those groups, we totally understand. Plus a PO box if you want to send something. Without further ado, we're going to do our Unbox Build radio setup, so stay tuned. Coming up right now. All right, folks, so we're going to take back off. We're going to fly this thing down to the pond for a quick sorties at Brian Phillips RC. All right, so how do we take back off? We're going to be in stop, sticks down and out. 5 seconds, run. Okay, down to GPS, stop, sticks down and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then run. There we go. So it's gonna be good there. So going to home actually takes you home, okay? We're gonna let this spool up. That looks so sweet. Let's go from the front here, camera crew. Give him a different angle. Once it gets up to speed, press up a little bit on the stick. I'm barely touching it. And look at that beautiful launch, guys. Here we are. So now it's rock solid, and we'll just walk it. Walk the dog, walk the dog. So dang cool. Okay, guys, so we're gonna go down and rescue something from the pond. You can see the damn gift shop is under construction there. And we are, of course, gonna film the septic tank right here. We always film the septic tank because we know you guys are really interested in that stuff. That crap. Here we go. So just flying back here. Now, you also notice it's not dead calm today. We got a little bit of wind, and that's totally fine because wind is not a huge factor with these helis. It is a factor, keep in mind. It's just not the biggest factor like you would with airplanes. Man, that looks so good. It looks so delectable. I do notice that one of the blades seems to be just slightly out. Have you noticed that
I was
too?
just noticing that.
It's kind of, it's not out, it's just a little bit higher, so there's a bit of a wobble. But look at that, with all those big blades of grass. Camera crew, you dragging your feet? That looks so, so sweet. Oh yes, you can really tell. This thing is chopping it up. Just sitting here. Look at all the grass going out of the way. All right, camera crew, you ready? I'm gonna go out over the water. You good?
Yep.
One of the things that's nice about not having an optical flow sensor is that you can fly over water, of course, and it is beautiful, okay? So we'll just go over here and just bring it down right over the water. We'll give you guys some shots of flying over the water. Now, one thing to watch out for is dipping down. I'm gonna go over by the rock just a hair. There you go. Man, I love looking at the water. That is so dang beautiful. Look at that. Look at the disturbance on the water. I love it. And yes, I'm being a little bit tame just because I don't want that tail to tip down really aggressively and correct. So I have to get a little bit of altitude when I make a turn and I'm close in proximity to the water, okay? Man, that looks so good. So guys, the other thing too to watch out for is this thing will get moved by wind, but only a minor amount. You see that awesome? You see that one blade is lower?
I do, yep.
That's weird. But guys, this is one of the places you don't want to hang out is under trees, because the trees are not necessarily going to let you out of a hole, okay? So I'm going to go through here, nature walk style, and then just fly out and over the top. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, that is awesome. So then we can tip it, we can fly it like we stole it. We can go out and pick up our passengers or patients or whatever it is we're doing out there. And then you can also have this thing go out at a pretty good range, guys. I don't hardly ever fly my helicopters out too far because that's one of the beauties of having helicopters, that you can sit there and watch it up close. Dang, that is so realistic looking. Gotta love it. How you doing on exposure and stuff because of the sun?
Yeah, it's a little funky, but it's okay.
It's funky. That's no good.
The mosquitoes are funky too.
I was gonna cut that chunk of grass. Yeah, I think I had one land on me earlier.
Yeah.
It was huge.
As soon as we got down here.
So guys, here on Brian Phillips RC, if you aren't already aware, this is a pond we built. And we built it so that we can have the damn runway, or the damn runway came as a result of the pond so that we could have the damn gift shop, which is gonna be over here. And yes, that's kind of a running joke. I am flying over the damn gift shop right now. It's gonna be a pretty big structure. Should be about like 38 feet tall, maybe 39 feet tall, depending on how tall the cupolas are. But the actual structure itself will be 32 feet tall per the engineering drawings. And then of course, we're gonna have all sorts of fun with the 46 by 17.7 hydraulically actuated single piece door. It's gonna be awesome. I wonder what might fit through that.
I don't know.
Right overhead, you good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that sound. So dang cool. So guys, now this thing would return to home if we wanted to from this area, but I think nature walk's in order. You wanna walk around the house, camera crew? Can you do it?
Okay.
It's bright enough, I think we can get away with it. If this thing dies, it's not going to, because it's gonna go up and over the house. Now, at any point, you can land this thing wherever you want, but I gotta say, that thing looks fantastic. The only thing that makes me a little nervous is that little bit of wobble in the blades, and I'm sure we could actually take that out if we cared, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Hey, camera crew, you wanna do one more pass over the water here? Let's do that.
Okay.
Right here. Oh yeah. Guys, right over the beach. We've had flooding of our pond a couple times in the last few days.
This is the rainiest July
Yep.
in history.
Yeah, like 10 plus inches of rain. We had one day where we got 4.8 inches of rain in
About
3 hours. Guys, that is a lot of rain for around here.
Especially in July.
So nature walk time with Brian Phillips RC. I love bringing these things into nature But the thing is, we're getting pretty dang close, aren't we, camera crew?
Yep, we are getting close on time.
Okay. So, by the way, how we looking on time? Can you tell me how long our flight part's been?
We're about 6 minutes on this part.
Okay. Look at this sequoia. Well, actually, nah, that wouldn't be a sequoia. That would just be a pretty good sized tree there. Look at this. That is so dang cool. And yes, you can land wherever you want, just so you know. But I don't often land in the middle of my flights just because I want to keep flying this thing. But I love flying next to those little trees. It's so much fun, guys. So much fun. How is that windsock sitting still? It is windy out here.
I don't know, it is.
And by the way, if you fly close to the ground, the trajectory is into the side of a hill, the GPS is going to go straight up before it tries to find home, okay? So just be aware. You can go a lot faster too. Man, that was a monster on my elbow.
I've gotten like 4 of them, sorry. People are gonna think I'm
losing it.
drinking.
Yeah, guys, we've had these Asian mosquitoes, and I'm not talking about airplanes.
Nope, I wish.
They have been huge.
Oh, there's another one.
You're gonna have to film it for them here. So right down the runway, you good?
Yeah, I'm staying right here.
You stay on that side.
Okay.
Oh, that's so gorgeous. So here on Brian Phillips RC, we try to give you guys the full truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. And part of the way we do that is by simply showing the airplanes, helicopters, quads, VTOLs, and everything else
Thank you.
that we film.
Can I show them? It's on me.
No, I got it. I want to kill it. Guys, I killed a big old bloody mosquito over the camera. We could just blow them all away with a
That would be nice,
helicopter.
yeah. We gotta be getting close.
Yeah, I can't believe how good this thing is
Sorry.
doing. It is like really good fly times. And by the way, that metallic tail boom is absolutely to die for. Oh, it's going home, guys.
Okay.
Let's make sure. Camera crew, come back about 10 steps. Yep, it didn't go to very high altitude. And here it comes. It's just going to land itself, okay? So what we want you guys to understand about this helicopter and other FlyWings is that they really do what they say they're going to do. And the only time they don't do what they say they're going to do is when you decide not to get one from the links in the video description below. And that is the best way that you can support Brian Phillips RC. So guys, thanks for being part of this environment. Thanks for being part of Brian Phillips RC. Good Lord.
Look at them.
Yes, they're
Get
like
me.
all over. I'll get you. There's one.
Gosh.
If there's one on me.
I know.
So we love filming for you, but we don't love mosquitoes, and the mosquitoes are literally all over the place.
me.
I keep like finding them on camera crew. That is nuts.
I know, they're terrible.
So thanks for supporting Brian Phillips RC. We really do appreciate you. I thought I was the one that got mosquitoes.
I know, what's going
These are literally
on?
all mosquitoes.
Yeah.
That I've
and they're
whacked.
big, giant, black. Here.
Get it. That was too slow. He already bit me. By the way, I'm getting a warning on my screen. This is a touch screen on the ready to fly transmitter. This comes with a good transmitter. It's set up mode 2 by default, okay? So if you guys are brand new to the hobby and you don't have all the goodies, you can get one of these. That's one of the reasons why I like them. I'm gonna go to stop, and that's gonna basically wrap this flight up. So guys, check it out. Links in the video description below. Beautiful heli. Unbox build radio setup is coming next. Check it out. You'll want this one. It is fantastic. And by the way, I'm a sucker for helicopters. I'm a sucker for Super Hueys. I'm a sucker for good working aircraft. And so thanks for supporting all these different companies that support us to bring all this awesome content to you here on YouTube. So special thanks to the people. And Dragonfly, get over here and do your job.
Yeah, no kidding.
So the other day there was about 100 of them in the front yard. I mean, like 100 of these dragonflies.
Yeah.
They're monster dragonflies.
Huge.
Those guys eat a lot of skeeters.
Yep.
So thanks for watching, guys. That's all we got for you. This thing is awesome. Check it out. Links in the video description below. Other ways to support us: Patreon for monthly support, YouTube members for monthly support, YouTube super thanks, PayPal for one-time donations, and then P.O. Box if you got something to send. Let us know. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Unbox next. YouTube, Brian Phillips. You're here with something new. We're quite excited for this. It's big, lots of Chinese labels on it. It's gonna be pretty exciting. Without further ado, Welcome to Brian Phillips RC. We unbox them, we build them, we set them up, and we do all this so you can make informed decisions. Right? Is that pretty much it?
That's pretty much it.
And if you have questions about this or other competitive offerings in the same size class and arena, you can check out Brian Phillips RC to feast your eyes on other videos that are of similar products in this echelon.
I just had to expand this category because we have so many of them now. So you can see them all at once.
Toilet plungers?
Toilet plungers. Yes, there's a lot of options for toilet
We don't
plungers.
even know what it is. We think we know what this one is, but we're not 100% sure. Until we get it unboxed, we really usually don't know because we almost never open them. Sometimes we do, but it's on rare occasions. I usually spill the beans pretty early.
Yeah.
But here on Brian Phillips RC, we do tell the full truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. And sometimes that leads to delays on certain individual products, which we will elaborate on as we are at the liberty to discuss said things.
That's abrupt.
God, I hate these guards.
I know.
Cut these stupid guards off.
We have not had problems with shipping.
We have not had a lot of problems. We have not had a lot of problems, but we have had damage of recent vintage on one particular product. You remember it was the $30 Apache.
Yes.
SEMA Apache, which honestly, that was a pretty
everyone loved,
awesome
apparently.
product.
Yep.
And it was super fun and super duper duper cheap. And it just reminds me, but I hate unboxing these things when I have the stupid corner cards. Which, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but I work on industrial scales for a living. And the company I work for sells packaging material. So like this is one of the types of things that they might sell. I don't even know if we sell these. I'm sure we do. But I just don't know anything about it because I work on scales. Different division. So, oh, dang it. That's not the way it opens. It doesn't open lengthwise, but there's a long piece of tape here. So it opens endwise. Son of a gun. I'm sorry, guys.
Take off more of them.
So here on Brian Phillips RC, we even show mistakes. Like, for instance, when we cut the wrong corner guards off. We could probably, in the future, cut these off. But we want you to see the full customer experience, and the full customer experience includes the frustration of packaging like this, okay?
Right. Or the benefits of dealing with it.
The benefits of dealing with it are that it's not going to be hopefully broken when it gets to you, okay? But without further ado, we're going to continue on this unbox extravaganza here on Brian Phillips RC. We love the hobby so much that we do crazy things like building giant buildings in runways, multiple runways.
It only took you 3 minutes to take the corner guards off.
I know what it is. I mean, if you didn't already see it from the thumbnail, I don't know why you're watching. But this is the Unbox Build radio setup portion of the video. A lot of times on Helis, they're combined with the Maiden Flights just because the Unboxed is so simple. A lot of these are ready to fly. Sometimes they're not, but they're usually ready to fly.
You need some help
No,
with your thing?
this is working.
Okay.
You guys see?
Yes.
The Bell 412 scale RC helicopter. Oh yeah! I love scale helicopters. I love scale airplanes. And you may be thinking, but this is Brian Phillips RC, don't you just do planes? Are you kidding me? You haven't been paying attention to my table lately.
Yeah, it's getting a little...
It's getting out of hand, but you know what? It's out of hand in a good way that I'm so proud of. And I gotta say, if you didn't already know this, one of the first things I did in RC aviation on my own, this is before we had the channel, like by 10 years, it would have been a helicopter, and I never learned to fly it.
Nope.
I flew it in the basement, crashed it into some cabinets in my old house 2 houses ago. Do you remember that?
Did you have that?
Then I was banned.
The old house?
It was in the townhouse.
Yeah.
Yep, our first house. That I moved out of my folks' house into when I was going to college.
With me.
My wife was going to college.
Yep.
Booyah.
Cool.
FlyWing scale helicopters are really nice. So I'm super excited for this one. I have a sweet spot in my heart for this type of artifact. We have seen these before. They've worked really well. They do come with a blind plug. Sterling kits are links, spring loaded. These are labeled well, okay? Normal, home, GPS, 3D. Okay, home, and then this is not labeled, but I don't think it's used. And then you have to put in some AA's. There's actually a trainer port on this. We've never showed that. We've never used it. Hey, look, the camera crew is prepared on this one. AA in, AA in, AA in, and then AA in. Now, the only complaint I have about this particular transmitter is the fact that we have to load batteries, but you can use rechargeables now. There's quite a few of them. And then there is a protective film here because this is a touch screen. I'm gonna peel that off. And to turn this on, you press both buttons. Place all switches in their up position. Okay, fly sky, unlock, pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna shut this back off. There is an attachment point if you wanna have like a mount. This is a fixed and strong handle. There are buttons back here, I don't know what they do. There's sliders up top. So it's actually a pretty robust transmitter. We have had good luck with them. We haven't had any issues with the transmitter itself over the time that we've been doing it. But these are ready to flies. And so if you're buying them as a Maiden Flight, which they are occasionally offered, multi-tool does come with it. Velcro for inside. I got to get this battery out so we can start charging it, guys. The battery's in this package. Comes with a 3000 milliamp 4S. We're going to charge this right now. Ooh, a little bit softer silicone. That's good. Turn on the charger. In my case, I'm going to charge it here. I know it's going to have a charger. I'm going to show you the charger that comes with it here in a minute. But if you have a regular smart charger and you watch our channel a lot, you'll know how we use these. These come with two different sizes, IC5 and IC3. And then this one, yeah, soft silicone finally. Thank you, FlyWing. 3.8 volts shipped. And we're gonna set this speed. 0.3 is a little slow. We were charging some batteries for another plane. This is 3000 milliamp hours, so we'll scroll up to 3 amps. That'd be 1C charge rate. You could probably charge it. Based on this, the Chinese kind of doesn't tell us. So I guess you'd probably be able to get away with a couple of C. I assume they're about 30C packs, but I don't know that, okay? 30C, I usually go as fast as 3C, so that would be 9 amps. Okay, so multi-tool, like I said, USB-A to USB-C. That's for if you want to reprogram the receiver flight controller setup. It did come with this. It's like you can press that button with it. I've never pressed the button
Never
with
had
it.
to.
Here's the charger, guys. My apologies. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab another battery from FlyWing because another one will also be uncharged. Okay, so there's the instruction manual.
Oh.
Okay, so this has a 4S LiPo, storage, and regular. I don't remember if we got it to work last time or if we just like showed it not working or what. I can't remember.
I think it worked last time. They're just slow, so.
Okay, so this one, Bell 206, same size class, so we'll use that one. But I know this one should be mostly charged. So plug this into the wall. It says 0%. We'll just go ahead and plop this in here real quick. And only reason we're doing 69%. Wow, interesting. And all you have to do is plug in the balance lead. Now, if I wanted to go to discharge, then it's gonna flash, okay? So that's gonna consume the voltage, or power, I should say. So we'll just let that one charge. Should be the same type of battery. Now keep your packaging on these helis because they can go back into the package, but a lot of times you gotta take the blades off. But I'll show you just how easy that is here in a minute. FlyWing actually taped packaging over this, good call. We've never seen that before. So maybe they learned their lessons on the last couple. I don't know, but we'll just lay that over here. Oh, so beautiful. And I'm gonna pull out the blades first. You guys are probably like, just get the helicopter out, Brian. I'm about to click away from this video. Don't worry, we'll get there.
Only been 9 minutes, people.
Well, we got to get the thing out before we can fly it. Okay. So this is a different blade design, is it?
Is it?
Yeah. Well, maybe it's not. I don't remember that relief there. Now, these are metal inside, okay? And they're very sharp. Like, you cut stuff with that. In fact, you guys probably don't believe me, but... Well, I'm not going to cut that bag because I want that bag.
I know.
So these are all the same, just so you guys know. So you can see they've got this little doohickey on here, and I'll show you what that doohickey does here in just a quick second. All right, so just double checking. So there's the helicopter, nice packaging. Pull this out. Yes, so good. Here it is. Oh, it's so beautiful. Man, I love the body on this one. Such beautiful, beautiful finish. I just don't want to damage it on the way out. And to be honest with you, this has a metallic paint job on the tail. So beautiful. Oh man, that is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow, that is so beautiful. And I think that's everything out of the box, guys, but I gotta feast my eyes on this. Wow. Oh, yes. Nice skids. They've got the step on there. Rotor design, we'll talk about that here in just a quick second. Exhaust, twin exhaust. So this would be like a Super Huey. And I think it's called a Super Huey in this size class. And this is actually gonna fly on 3000. So you see the nose? So that pops up and out.
Mechanism is nice.
Oh, good, it's the direct drive. I was getting nervous there for a second because they had, on the Airwolf, they had a belt drive. And I always look in here and make sure that none of my cables are getting close. You see this right here? You're gonna have to pull that camera way over by my face to see this. I'm pointing at it. And that is, I hate that they wrap these things around there. I hate that. That is so dumb. We need to tell them to stop doing that. Because this is a stupid, stupid place to tie anything. This is gonna get hot, folks. The only reason they have that tied is so they can keep it out of this main rotor drive system. And I get that they want it protected, but like, we gotta come up with a better way to protect these. This is stupid, FlyWing. Stop doing it. Because that's gonna heat up and eventually melt that dang wire. And then guess what's gonna happen? Your tail rotor's gonna stop. Look at that, it's different looking. Never seen that before. Why is it like that? So what do? Put a hex drive in there to unscrew it? I don't even know how you do it. Oh, it's keyed in. Look. It's keyed into the motor bell housing. Okay, so you guys see what I'm talking about is why is that not tied underneath? Gosh, every freaking time. So annoying. Gotta say, I get annoyed about simple things because simple things should not be our responsibility to design or change on helicopters. I'm not even like really an expert heli guy, but we're doing this right now because I don't want to lose a helicopter over something simple. And I gotta say the fitment on the hood canopy was very good and very nice build on all this. I'll show you how to put these blades in just a second, but I'm not tolerating this. Not on mine, not today, FlyWing. Not today. I'm gonna tie it down here so it's still protected, but I'm gonna tie it in such a way that this thing cannot get caught up in this, but also it's held down, okay? All right, folks, so you see this? This is gonna zip tie and hold that down right there, but I gotta make sure that I don't have too much slack to where in like a high G maneuver or something, this will be able to come up in there. So again, it makes sense that they want to protect this. It's just that it needs to be protected in a way that's more definitive, in my opinion. So I take this small zip tie, I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it again. You have to crease it to kind of get it to make that bend. Okay. And then I want to come under here and just grab this with my forceps. So it's super easy to do this. It's just a little bit awkward to reach into that spot. Okay, so now that I got that, I'm gonna go around. I can tell the charger's probably getting close to done because it just turned on the cooling fan. Okay, so now I can hold this. Now, my objective is to tie this in such a way that it pulls it away from the heat sink and also maintains the position, okay? Just like that, simple. So why are we tying it to that connector? That is a very bad idea. It's not necessary. So guys, do that. If you watch Brian Phillips RC, you pick up on a tip or trick like that. It's not really meant to diminish the quality of the aircraft, but I gotta say, if I see something simple like that and I don't fix it, then that's on me, you know what I mean? So this is now, in worst case scenario, highest G maneuver, this would really struggle to get up. You see what I'm saying? I can pull up hard on that cable and it cannot make it to this gear set, okay? And then this is situated such that if this were to pull through, it's just, first of all, it can't. It's not gonna, there's never gonna be a time where this is held tight and the helicopter's moving the other way. They're gonna be moving as one mass, okay? All right, so we should be done on that. Pretty simple stuff. Ooh, might want that when I load the battery though.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about putting on the prop, the rotor. This is how long it takes. In and twist, done. and back out. In, vertical, in, and twist, whoops, and then back out. And you'll notice I'm moving the servos down there a little bit, which I'm not crazy about that stuff all moving, but I'm gonna push this down actually. See the servos? I don't like idling servos. I feel like it's really hard on them, but that's what I did anyway. Okay, same thing here. I'm gonna brace this time. Okay. Now I gotta say, I've seen a lot of other people doing videos on YouTube, and I'm not trying to take anything away from everybody else's positions and opinions about things, but I don't see a lot of people showing the real deal. I see people doing it, they make it look easier than it really is. We do it in real, live and in person. We show you the real way it comes out of the box. FlyWing also, if you're listening, I want a better looking tail. I want it to look like a mechanism. Even if you got to 3D print that son of a gun, I don't care. I want it to look real because it would improve the circumstances of our helicopter experience so much, in my opinion, because a lot of us are all about the scale, look and feel. Now, people want to do 3D flying and things like that, fine. But I want this tail rotor to look better because this is an absolutely gorgeous helicopter. And I feel like the looks are ruined by the tail rotor, okay? Now, once you're in flight, you're never gonna notice it, and that's true. And so I can understand why that is probably a low priority item because you have a system that works, but I gotta say, this is absolutely gorgeous. If it flies half as good as it looks, I'm gonna be very happy. And one of the reasons why airplane guys like helicopters is because you can fly them when the wind looks like that. Okay? When it's kicking out like that, you can fly these things. That's one of the biggest advantages to a helicopter. You can't go out always fly a helicopter, fly an airplane in heavy wind, okay? But you can almost always fly a helicopter in heavier winds, okay? So slide that through, and then that's ready to go. If you guys didn't know that, so sometimes that comes off in the packaging, and I was keeping the forceps just in case I couldn't feed it through. Could feed it through just fine. Looks like that battery's at 60% charged, and it's got 546 milliamp hours. It's been forced into the 3000 milliamp hour pack. This one here is at 84% charge, up from 69. So that is actually fast.
Yeah.
How is that so much faster? Does it say what it charges at? Right there. What does it charge at? Does it say? It doesn't say. Oh, 3 amps. Whoa, okay. So 3 amps, and then we're charging this one at 3 amps.
3 amps.
Okay. Why is this one taking so much longer?
I don't know.
580 milliamps.
What was that percentage at when you started?
It was at 69, and now it's at 83.
This one was, but I don't remember what that one was at.
That thing is hot. Holy crap, feel the display.
Oh, yeah. That's
That
pretty
thing
toasty.
is hot, like burn my thumb. I can't hold it there. Okay, rule of thumb. If you can touch a surface and you can hold your hand on it, it's 150 or below, roughly. But if it's hotter than 150 as a human, you generally can't hold your hand on it. So it's a quick judge of temperature. So that's gotta be getting pretty dang close to the 150s because I can't really keep my finger on there. And no, I can. I take it back. You can. So it's gotta be pretty hot.
That's pretty
I don't know
warm.
why it's so hot. So you might wanna just, this is true for all lipo safety, okay? Hard surface, this is granite and it's thick, okay? If you don't have a hard surface, get some cookie sheets or something, throw the charger on there. If you have a stovetop, that's another place where you can manage heat really good. So if you're in an apartment complex and you wanna charge a battery, but you don't wanna go outside, or maybe it's dangerous outside, or you don't think somebody's gonna steal it or screw with it, stove is a good idea. If you had a fire, then you would be able to manage and mitigate the risk. This would be a relatively small fire if this went off, but it would be quick and intense. That would be a bigger fire because there's many batteries there, okay? But you manage your batteries, you manage your risk, just like everything else. Guys, you all gotta do the right thing for your family. We've got egress here, egress there, 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 egress there.
I'm not going
Egress there. So we have many egresses, and we also have fire extinguishers there that are inside that closet, hidden there under the sink and around the corner. Now you're not gonna get a fire extinguisher quick enough to put out something like that if you had to run away. And we understand that. But we're not gonna lose life over that. It'll just be a huge mess if we ever had a runaway. So, you know, we're not in denial, but the truth is lipo safety is important, But also with props, be careful. Props are nothing like helicopter rotors. These things are insane. Even our bigger props on airplanes are not near as dangerous as helicopter props, okay? These are big, that's bigger. Those are big, that's bigger. Even the smaller, this is like a 470 size class. And so we're gonna look real quick through the manual. Typically when we start these things up, we kind of go through that right away just so we can kind of get an idea of what to expect. But boy, oh boy, hold on, I gotta put this on right now. We're gonna be looking at this light. Where's the light?
Right here.
It's over there?
Yep.
So let's see if we can see it from the top.
Probably not.
Okay, so that's the keys in nicely compared to some we've had. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's really
good
nice.
fitment,
Yep.
guys. Is it gonna lock in? It's not locking in. What am I doing wrong? Am I missing it?
Is it locked in?
No, I don't think so. Oh, you know what?
I think it is. That's just all the further it goes in.
No, it's not locked in. It's just not lined up perfectly, okay? So those keys go in. I had somebody the other day tell me to lubricate my pins to get better penetration on these helicopters. Oh, see, look what I did. I found the sweet spot and it went all the way.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to make sure that's all the way. You don't want that blown off in flight. It's gonna be a huge mess, okay? That is absolutely gorgeous. All right, so let's talk about the quick start guide. Obviously, when we start these helicopters, we have these on. We have it in stop, normal, home, and whatever this switch is, it doesn't do anything. It's probably like a high and low rate if it does anything, okay? Oh, by the way, if you wanna program this and add any sort of feature sets, what you need to do is you hook up to this USB-C right there. See how it says USB right there? There's the USB-C, and you'll plug into that. By the way, this all looks really good compared to some of the helicopters we've gotten in the past. There's been like a lot of pressure on the cables. I'm pressing mine in just as a precautionary measure. I did notice it was canted down just a little bit, like somebody had pressed on it. I hope it might have been me. But just give that a quick press. Make sure all the loose ends are where you want them. And then this runs basically like a receiver, like an S-bus output, okay? So I'm gonna slide that back in. So if you guys ever decide to change the programming on the flight controller, did you see what I did? I pressed, there's just a sweet spot where it likes to drop in there. Goodness gracious, that is absolutely gorgeous. Super detailed, very realistically. This is gonna look great in the air. High contrast colors, and I love this metallic finish. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Looks amazing. And I didn't have to do anything. The only thing I'm gonna complain about this right now because I'm thinking about it. There's no tail protection here. Here's why. See, look. I don't want to hit that on the ground. I would like to have a tail boom protection here. I wonder if there's something we could do that'd be super easy. Like a piece of metal or something. Because I like to have a tail strike protection, especially on a Huey, because they do like to go down and bump the ground. In fact, most of our Hueys have that. Yeah, like this one's also comes from Sterling Kit, see? That's what I'm talking about. And by the way, why are we not having this type of design on that tail rotor is totally beyond me. We need it, guys. There are a trillion different rotors that you can get for quads. There's no reason we shouldn't have that, especially at this price point. Somebody who comes up with it, leave it in the comments below so we can go find it and look at it. If you guys already make one, let us know. Hit us up in an email. We'll work with you guys. We'll help market it for you, okay? All right, so warning. It's not a paper airplane. Oh, by the way, this is way over 250. This is not sub 250. If you're flying outside of a FRIA, you want to be compliant, just keep in mind you're going to need to put in some sort of a remote ID. We don't push it hard because it's kind of up to you if you want to be compliant or not. Pre-flight safety, it talks about that stuff. Flight environment required. Keep within visual line of sight. Okay, fine, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So they have pictures here. They talk about opening it. We already showed you how to put on the blades. Yep, this is no function here. They just cleared that up. And by the way, I gotta say, FlyWing does a great job of communicating how to use the basic functions, okay? So manual mode in GPS and home, so this says 3D, not manual, okay? I kind of prefer the manual, meaning you should be able to fully fly the thing in that mode, okay? Maintenance replacement of tail blade. If the tail rotor is damaged, has obvious cracks, please replace it in a timely manner. This plastic limit slot is stuck in the motor during replacement. They used to give you something to put in there to brace that motor as you spin, but this is a different style, so I don't think that's going to be relevant here. Okay, so they're talking about plugging it in. This is an XT60 connector. They talk about the charger, all pretty simple. You do have telemetry feedback here, so you can tell how much the voltage is of that designed, the battery pack is on this screen, okay? But just keep in mind, we usually have a return to home sequence that we're expecting, okay? So keep in mind the return to home feature is gonna kick in before you would run out of problems. Now, I do not know how that works when you're in 3D manual mode, because I'm not a competent enough pilot to fly outside of normal auto leveling flight controller, GPS heli drone style flying. By the way, this is what I call a GPS heli drone. Why is this a GPS heli drone? It's not a drone, it is a heli, okay? I call it a GPS heli drone. That's my name. Nobody else said that, that's me, okay? If somebody else said it, it's incidental. I didn't copy them, they didn't copy me, we just both said the same thing. This flies like a drone because it's got GPS, but it is in fact classified as a drone according to the UAS in the United States. Now, most of the countries that have drone registries or something like it are gonna classify this as capable of sustained flight. It's obviously unmanned, so it'd be a UAS, which is a drone, okay? I don't really care to argue with anybody about that because it's well defined. That airplane, that F7F is a drone, okay? That little RC Aero helicopter is a drone. Now, because it's sub 250, you don't have to follow some of the requirements for it, but it's still a drone. You're still supposed to do the stupid UAS crap, whatever. That's between you, God, and the government. I don't really care. It's none of my business. They shouldn't be involved in our lives in that way. Bad people are gonna do bad things with cool stuff. That's just the way it is. That's not what we're here to talk about. I just wanna make sure you guys understand this is not a drone. I'm not an idiot, I know what that means. And I've had this argument with people a few times in comments. At the end of the day, this is a drone as classified by the United States government. You don't get to weigh in on it. It's over, okay? If you want them to fix that and say this is a scale helicopter for recreational purposes, I'm not going out and spraying crops with this, okay? When you see a crop dusting drone that's as big as this island and the arms swing out from there, then we'll get back to each other and talk about it, because that is a classified drone. That makes sense to have a remote ID in. I'm okay with people having registration on that. I'm okay with some safety protocols and some Part 107s and all that stuff. This is a toy. I love it. It could hurt you, but it's still a toy, okay? All right, back to the point. So how do we start this toy, this beautiful heli drone? It's a GPS heli drone. It's a GPS heli drone, so you gotta make sure you're outside so that it can see through the ceiling. Now, that doesn't mean you can't fly outside of GPS, but just remember the GPS is gonna be important on this one because we don't have a downward facing optical flow sensor. Okay, optical flow sensors are on a lot of GPS heli drones. Like this was the example I grabbed earlier. Just to give you an idea, this is a Goose Guy. This has two. This has a LiDAR sensor and it has an optical flow. I think both. This one just has, oh, I don't even think it has optical flow. This one's the one that came out before. It does maybe have optical flow through that front hole. I don't even know if it's on there. You have to fly that like a helicopter that has an auto leveling stabilizer, similar to what you'd have with like these ones, okay? This one, you can't fly it like that because you can't shut off the feature. So it's always auto leveling, it's always GPS, but this thing has a feature of like come up on this, it'll shoot up in the air to avoid it, okay? Unless you hit it first, but you have to see the crap to avoid it. So that helicopter does not know what's on the ground, okay? It may have GPS, it's not sophisticated enough to know what's under it, but that's okay because you're a pilot, like you're aware of the crap that's around and you're gonna be aware of your surroundings, okay? Also, give these a quick tug when you first get them and just make sure that they're seated all the way out. I've had before where they don't wanna be all the way out and cause some oscillations. Okay, love the painted tips, absolutely gorgeous. It adds a huge element of just detail. I'd like to see some red, white, red markings. And I would really like to see this. If you can't give us a more detailed blade, I would like to see some painted tips, okay? I don't wanna have to paint them because then that throws the props out of balance. So jig it and do it at the factory. Deliver that to us on a silver platter, especially at these price points. God, that's so beautiful. Even back here, Peabody, I don't even know what that is, but okay. So GPS heli drone, there's a flight controller in here. It automatically levels the aircraft. It's also gonna aggressively stop the helicopter. So remember, if it stops like this, and it will get like that, you may hit the ground. So be careful, okay? Just a couple of precautionary measures there. So when you first turn this on, you wanna just give it a few minutes to find the GPS. Now, this one has some top windows, but it's still difficult to see on the Hueys because you can't, there's no opening right here. Some of the helicopters we have, like on that BL-105, there's a window that lets you see right over the top just because of the way it happens to hit. I think the Bell 206 has an opening right here, and so you can see through to where the light would be, okay? So just luck of the draw. It's not a, you know, neither here nor there. It doesn't really make or break the helicopter. But if you're concerned, you can actually go outside, you can leave that off so you can see really good, and then there for your first flight, you can come in here and lock it. But my rule of thumb is I don't like to have my hand where this could cut off my hand. Just because I don't trust GPS heli drones as far as I can throw them until I've seen them work. Yeah. Once I see this machine work, I will trust it. If that machine goes up and commits heli carry and blows up in a million pieces like that, I'm not gonna have a whole lot to say about it. That's the difference between a GPS heli drone and a helicopter that has a flight controller. A flight controller is gonna let you crash it. A GPS heli drone is going to kill itself. You follow?
Yeah.
Okay, so always give the helicopter a chance to prove itself. Just like a throttle cut, when we're setting up a plug and play airplane, we always have a throttle cut. I install with props on, but I've been cut once, and it was on an Aero Commander UMX. I had 2 receivers, it was super complicated, I was doing stupid things, and I got like a tiny little cut. I mean, it was a nothing. But I know people have ended up in the ER, so be careful. They've had, they send me pictures, don't send me pictures.
Nope.
I don't wanna see it. All right, getting back to the point. So to start, sticks or switches all up, so stop, you'll turn this on, so we'll just simulate. So it turns on, okay? You don't need to change anything. So it comes all pre-programmed, okay? To arm it, you're gonna go down and out like this, okay? But over here, you have to unstop the motor to start, okay? So you go to run. But make sure you're in the home position where you want it to be home, okay? Because I believe when you disarm it, that might be where it learns your home position. Now, I've never actually read through the manual in its entirety to know that that's true, and I've never proven it or disproven it. But I just wanna warn you about one other detail. These are spatially aware. We have 65 feet of elevation change plus the depth of the pond on this property. It goes midway up, down into the water, back up higher, and then back down to flood A over here, okay? Way at the back of the property on a creek. So we have a lot of change in elevation. If I take off here, where we take off in front of the house most of the time, I can fly down to the pond. It will go up high enough to avoid this structure, this being the building, okay? But you have to be careful. If it goes up, because it goes to low voltage protection, it will go and hit anything above it. We've had helicopters, namely, which one was it?
The Bell 206, wasn't it?
Was it this one?
No, it was the big one.
No, no way.
Then it was a...
No, it was one of these. We had an Apache that tried to go and hit the house.
That's right. Yep, it's on.
But we had one of these, and I think it was this one. It was a Yuzheng.
Yep.
It went up and it hit, it might have been the Huey. Either way, it doesn't matter. It went up and hit a tree. Well, that tree's gone. But not because we hit it. I don't cut down trees because I hit them. I cut down trees because they die. Yep. I love trees. So, all right, that being said, here, the appendix tells you what the flashing lights say. We only show this so that it's easy for you to tell. I want you to go back, please, all the way, show both pages. Okay, so you see this unlock? So if you want to take off in 3D mode, mode 2 as an example, this is a mode 2 transmitter by default. Dial in the motor, run switch to stop position. Okay, so this, if you're taking off inside the house, like if you have like a really big room in your house, you want to take off, this, I would not recommend flying these in the living room, but you could technically do it. It's fine. It's just, you're going to be taking off in 3D mode. Okay, so just be careful because GPS may or may not actually work inside. It just depends on if you get GPS lock or not. So be careful. Once you lose GPS lock, then the auto leveling characteristic won't necessarily immediately disassociate itself. But what can happen is it won't know what to do with itself. It'll slide. It'll float around positionally, but it shouldn't like fall off of its axis. Now, when you're in 3D manual mode, then you will flip upside down. You will be able to do flips and rolls and loops and all that stuff, okay? And keep in mind, this is a capable helicopter. If this starts beeping, that's a time thing. It's like a time without movement. Okay, so we're looking for solid green if we're doing GPS. GPS status has been locked. Start switch can start motor. That's flashing green. okay? Makes sense? Yellow flash is helicopters getting positioning, okay? Red flash slowly compass calibration is required. Now we don't typically have to do that around here. I don't know if we just have decent GPS lock or what. But to start it, you'll go to a green flashing, you'll go to run, sticks down and out. It's gonna spin up, and then once it's spun up, you can give it an up command, it'll jump into the air. It's gonna go a certain amount. So like if I were to take off right here, right now, and I somehow could get GPS, big skylight, whatever, I'd probably hit that lamp, okay? So I would have to put that lamp up. That is adjustable, by the way. But it would blow air all over the place. This thing would be scary in here.
Yeah,
it would like cut through the drywall, so
yeah.
If it hit. All right, so you can also set up the minimum low voltage return to home automatic setting. That can be done through the software application, which, by the way, the software app from FlyWing looks a little sketch when you get it.
Well, we haven't looked at it in a while, but.
Right, but it still looks sketch.
Yeah.
This is an example of what it looks like. Okay. We're just showing you the pages. This is the modes. Mode 2 is the default. If in doubt, move the sticks. You'll notice it doesn't do anything when it's unplugged from the battery. But even when it's plugged into the battery before it locks on the GPS and you get it started, it pretty much doesn't respond. So you can't even hardly test the movement. That's why I say GPS heli drones commit Harry carry, okay? That's how you can get on there and see FlyWing stuff. Okay, Brian Phillips, RC, is here to serve you, the audience. We want to tell you the full truth, nothing but the true self. It's God. And part of the way we do that is we have relationships with these companies where we try to bring them value. And sometimes that means that we have problems and we communicate with them and they work on the problems and they resolve the problems and then they get back to us and then we come back to you and say, this is what we found out. Instead of just trashing a brand for no reason, because we love these helicopters. They are awesome, okay? They're not imperfect, okay? They have problems and occasionally we have to work with them to resolve the problems. And hopefully other influencers are doing the same thing, although we have seen that not happen on a few helicopters over the years. And so we just want to let you know version 4 of the Huey is good. Version 4, okay? This one is version 1, but we have seen this same mechanism in the BO-105 perform really well. However, I should tell you this, I have had some issues in 3D flight where I have flipped and the thing has like decided to like try to fall out of the sky. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but we used to have the helicopter sitting there on the floor in a flat that had some like Coca-Cola in it or something like that. It's now downstairs just so it's out of the way, but it hasn't been fixed yet because I haven't spent the time to fix it. Don't test it until you're comfortable and you've got altitude, okay? Because I think the thing that I had happen, I was across the pond from myself at the time. I did a regular loop. I know how to fly helicopters to a certain extent. I can fly in regular 3D mode. I'm just not like really super comfortable with it, okay? So I don't do as much of it on YouTube. I do a lot of it off YouTube, okay? I can fly them upside down. I don't go and cut the grass. I don't stick to the ceiling. I don't do the crazy stuff. I don't do TikToks. I just pretty much fly it like an airplane, okay? There's something I don't quite understand about the way it responds. And so until I figure that out, I'm just gonna err on the side of precaution. So if you see me being a little bit pansy-esque in our review portions of the video in that sense, you'll understand why, okay? We wanna be totally transparent with you about that. So at your own risk, do the 3D mode, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know the answer. If I had the answer, I would share it immediately. That all being said, I love these helicopters. This is a big helicopter. It's beautiful, it looks good. There's definitely issues. Issue number 1, tail rudder. I want to see these look better. Issue number 2, no tail strike. And I just want it to look scale. It doesn't need to be anything crazy fancy. I understand why they don't do it because it makes the box too long, possibly, but not on this one. Because look, we have plenty of room inside that box. But even if it's just a nut zert that's mounted in there and we can screw in a straight thing, I would love it. Okay, also, flight times are very good on these things, and I'm super excited to be involved with helping to market these once in a while. We were at 81%. Good Lord, it's taking forever. This thing's at 84% still. 84% still. The heck is it doing? So over here, this one has 1,661 milliamp hours in it right now. So that means that this thing came charged at about 3.8, just a little bit under. We're at a 4.155. So I'm gonna press start. I'm gonna scroll up to current and I'm gonna go up to 9 amps. I can go a lot faster. I can go 20 on this, I think. Which, by the way, if you guys want to see a charger that is insane, this thing from Buddy RC paired up with this thing, holy crap, you can charge fast with that thing. Like, scary fast. Like, you can charge probably 10 times faster than this. So if you do a lot of helicopter flying, you've got dual 6S configurations, which I've never flown, but a lot of people do in the heli world, you can charge really quick. Because you don't want to keep those big 6S pass charged, they'll puff, okay? All these things to you from Brian Phillips RC, because we want you guys to have the best possible RC experience. And a lot of times it's a little scary when you get a $1,000 or $800 or $900, depending on how you buy a helicopter, and you're getting ready to take off, okay?
Yep.
So best of luck to you in your RC endeavors. If you want to support Brian Phillips RC in ways that you haven't seen yet, namely buy these things from the links in the video description below. That helps us to keep in good cahoots with the manufacturers when we occasionally have to bring bad news to you, the audience, because we owe our allegiances to you and not necessarily to them. But we do want them to succeed, because if nobody is there to market these awesome products, we can't buy them, okay? Now, that doesn't mean somebody watching this video right now couldn't step up to the plate and be the next distributor in North America. We will work with you guys. Trust me, we love working with small companies, and we actually do it quite a bit. You may not be aware of it, but links to the video description earns us small commissions when we market with these companies, okay? But that means that our truth is still to you and owed to you, not to them. We don't get paid for videos, we get paid for sales, only if they're good. Because I'm just gonna tell you, if you don't like this, or there's a problem with this, I'm gonna just tell you to get the BO105, because we know it's good. The Heli. The Heli's sitting right there. I know they're good. The Bell 206, amazing. I gave the controller to my in-law, my father-in-law. He can't probably drive an RC car. He was flying that helicopter. That's amazing, okay? I can hand her the camera crew. She doesn't often like that, but the truth is she can fly these ones because they're very easy to fly. If they work, and if they don't work, and you haven't seen it from Brian Phillips RC, but we've seen all these other ones, you can do a process of deduction pretty easy on which ones might be problematic, okay? So that all being understood, when you do see it from Brian Phillips RC, we'll have some new information for you. And we want you guys to be, we are looking out for your bottom dollar. We are looking out to drive them to give us the best quality products that we can get. But also, there's some stuff right around the corner. I can't talk about yet because we have NDAs with a few of these companies, but they are gonna be good. And we're super excited, even bigger than this, even more detailed. And FlyWing does a good job. It's the same controllers, which is gonna be awesome. So we're super excited. So guys, check out brianphillipsrc.com, which is bprc.me if you're looking for the short link, and you can find exactly what you're looking for. But in the meantime, if you want to buy this helicopter or the products that are contained in this video, sometimes we have additional links to batteries and things like that. My suggestion, buy as many batteries as you can afford when you buy the plane or helicopter. It's usually cheaper that way.
Yep.
So just do that. Also, if you want to support us in other ways, we have 5 that we talk about. Patreon for monthly support, thanks for being supporters. YouTube members for being monthly supporters. YouTube super thanks for one-time donations. PayPal for one-time donations. If you don't want to be in one of these groups, we totally understand. We get it. And then P.O. Box if you want to send us something, okay? Just let us know so we know to expect it. We don't check the P.O. Box often, okay? Those are 5 different ways, but the easiest way is to smash the like button right now. Give us a thumbs up. Long format content is a dying art on YouTube. Most people clip out all the bad stuff and put in only the good stuff. So you're left thinking, amazing, no problems. Well, we show the problems, okay? That's what we do on Brian Phillips RC. That's why our videos are longer. Also, we teach people on this channel. We don't just fluff up how awesome this is, although we do that because it is pretty awesome. So check out our links for any of the competitive offerings. If you don't like this one and you like that Huey down there better with the 2-bladed prop, I don't blame you. That's totally cool. That Bell 206, which by the way, you can get that Bell 206 with the 4-bladed design, I believe, as well now.
I think so.
And the 4-bladed design has been great. The removable blades are awesome. You can see what I did with the BO 105. I got them on the side because they take up a little bit less room for storage. And by the way, these are exceptional for storage because you can take the blades off in seconds, put them away. And they're really well balanced. We've never had a problem with those. In fact, the blades have survived a few crashes. I can't hardly believe it.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things that's crazy about these helicopters too, is if you've ever crashed a heli, you know they can be like self-destruct like that. These ones, the ones we've had, have been minor. Some of them have been not so minor. But at the end of the day, we're here to serve you guys in our YouTube audience. So thanks for being there. For years, we've been doing this a little over a decade now. The camera crew and I have been doing this together. My wife of many years, we've been married a lot longer than 10 years. And she's put up with this for all that time. So thank you, camera crew. Thanks for being awesome at what you do. And she runs a lot of behind the scenes stuff. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. We'll do our best to answer them. But at the end of the day, this thing looks pretty sweet. I cannot wait to see it fly, and I'm hoping it handles the wind. By the way, you're seeing this out of order. You always see the flight up front, and then you see our Unbox built radio setup. So if there's questions that come up and you're like, hey, how come you said this thing at the beginning and then you said something different at the end? That's because we don't know how it's gonna fly until we fly it, which we're about to do. So we hope you guys checked it out. We hope you saw it, but you obviously did on this one, or you just fast forwarded through. Totally fine. If you do subscribe, click the bell for notifications so you know about new content that's right around the corner. And there is content right around the corner, quite literally. That's where we store the boxes. All right, stay tuned. So much more from Brian Phillips, RC. Oh yeah, one more look. That thing is gorgeous. Thanks for watching.